The Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Midday starts now.
Well, good morning and thank you for choosing Fox 10 Midday on this Wednesday. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell.
I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. A lovely start to the day.
We'll
This
take
morning,
it.
a little more cloud cover out there today.
Sure.
That happened overnight last night. We had some
Okay.
clouds that rolled in. Today we have a rain chance. It's about this big.
But
This
it's
big,
there.
But it is
But it's
there.
there. We'll
Yes.
take it.
So we'll watch for any rain showers to pop up this afternoon here. But a warming trend overall, kind of praying for
And a
rain,
nice
really.
day for Earth Day. You got the
Yes,
blue.
yes,
I forgot it was Earth Day.
Yes, I'm wearing the blue for
Unfortunately.
Earth Day today, and a lovely look at our Earth right now from our Eastern Shore Toyota Camera Network. Different views showing you different things. I will mention moderate risk of rip currents down at the beaches today. Winds picking up out of the south later on here. 77 degrees in Orange Beach right now. That's actually a decently warm temperature. 74 degrees in Mobile, 74 in D'Iberville as well, but really a pretty picture. You do have that cloud cover out there right now. Temperature 76 at Mobile Regional Airport, 72 in Bay Minette, 75 Pensacola, 72 in Evergreen, 73 here in Monroeville, and 76 in Grove Hill. So if you're stepping outside now, it is very, very comfortable. This afternoon, it will get warm. We'll have high temperatures that get up to the low 80s for many locations. 80 degrees in Bay Minette, 81 in Mobile, 81 at Moore Bruton, and 82 in Evergreen. If you're along the immediate coast, again, moderate risk of rip currents today, 78, 78, 76 for Gulf Shores, Navarre, Pensacola, and then 76 there in Destin. I want to go right to Futurecast. I want to show you that we have that rain chance today. This is the HRRR model. Notice this is our area, all of our counties. Here's Fairhope, Mobile, Gulf Shores, Pensacola. And notice how few locations actually get a rain shower. It is a small chance, but it is there. So just keep an eye out on things with the radar this afternoon. This evening looks quiet. However, rainfall forecast with rain chances over the next 7 days here, 30 and 30 on Wednesday and Friday. Saturday, a decent chance here, and maybe some rain chances into the following week. We'll take a look at that long-range forecast and long-range modeling coming up.
Nick, thank you. And we begin with breaking news out of Clark County this morning. Aaliyah is investigating a deadly accident involving a Thomasville police officer. Investigators say around 4:45 this morning, the officer and the 18-wheeler were heading north on Highway 43 when the officer ran into the back of the big rig. Officials have not yet released the officer's name, but they say he recently got engaged and even bought a house in the area. Law enforcement everywhere is asking for prayers and support in this difficult time for them and the officer's family. Our hearts are certainly with them here at Fox 10 News. Well, Mobile police arresting two men after a car chase on Dauphin Island Parkway, and this is what the scene looked like when our crews got there. Police say they tried to stop a reported stolen car near Dauphin Island Parkway and Douglas Lane. Police say the driver did not pull over despite the sirens and blue emergency lights. Using stop sticks, police got the car to stop near DIP and Cedar Crescent Drive. Both suspects tried to run away. One suspect was arrested quickly, and police say the other jumped a fence at the downtown airport and ran across an active runway before he was finally caught and detained. MPD arresting these two on your screen, 23-year-old Cameron Robinson and 21-year-old Christian Robinson. Cameron is facing 3 charges, including attempting to elude, first-degree receiving stolen property, and unauthorized entry of a critical infrastructure. Christian, meanwhile, only faces 1 charge. That's first-degree receiving stolen property. The man police call the TikTok trickster is back on the Gulf Coast, and this time he's behind bars in Baldwin County. Authorities say Brenton Fillers now faces 2 counts of illegal credit card possession and theft of property. In 2023, a Spanish Fort woman says Fillers offered to fix her car, then vanished with it. But investigators say her case is one of many. They allege Fillers used dozens of aliases and social media to target women across state lines. In fact, multiple women say he talked them into handing over money or property before he disappeared. A judge set his bond at $7,500 and his arraignment is scheduled for June 3rd. Right now, police are asking any other victims to come forward. Well, the city of Sims is fighting back against a federal civil rights lawsuit over a shootout inside a business. The suit claims officers Austin Collier and Brandon Murphy entered Johnny Bowman's business, Bowman's Auto Air, without a warrant or legal reason on January 4th. Bowman's attorney says Bowman was fast asleep in a travel trailer inside his shop when he woke up to flashlights and never heard officers identify themselves. He also claims Bowman only returned fire after being shot 5 times. Court documents filed this week show the city denies that claim, along with allegations that Bowman did not know he was in a shootout with Sims police. A Mobile County grand jury recently declined to indict Bowman or the 2 officers, finding both parties acted within legal reason. We have the full story for you on our website, fox10tv.com. President Trump extended the ceasefire with Iran and says a second round of in-person talks could take place in the next 36 to 72 hours. But this morning, Iran's Revolutionary Guard has reportedly attacked at least 3 commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the latest from Washington.
Crews in Pakistan remove added security barriers after U.S. and Iranian negotiators failed to show up for a second round of peace talks. Iran's military and diplomats are not on the same page. So President Trump extended the ceasefire, but a White House official tells Fox only for another 3 to 5 days to give them more time to come up with a proposal.
The IRGC is obviously in control of the guns, and that gives them power that the political players do not have. This exposure of the internal rift within the regime is laying bare their weakness and their vulnerability.
President Trump believes time is on his side, with his naval blockade keeping commercial ships from getting to and from Iran. He says Iran is collapsing financially. They want the Strait of Hormuz opened immediately, starving for cash, losing $500 million a day.
As long as we have the courage to keep the blockade on and block their bank accounts, they're going to have to do something radical, either surrender or they're going to shoot off missiles.
It seems Iran's military has chosen going radical. They attacked at least 3 commercial ships in the Strait Wednesday morning, seizing 2 of them and bringing them to Iran, according to state media.
We're at an impasse at the end of the day. The Iranians don't want to come to the negotiating table until we lift the blockade. But the blockade for us is a pressure point on Iran. So at some point in time, someone's going to have to blink.
Today, military planners from more than 30 countries are meeting in London to draw up detailed plans to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Right now, the State Department is scrambling after 2 violent incidents involving Americans in Mexico. On Monday, a gunman opened fire on tourists at a historic site near Mexico City, killing 1 person and wounding 13 others, including 6 Americans. The suspect later took his own life and was found with handwritten references to the 1999 Columbine shooting. Witnesses say he appeared to target tourists, and this came just a day after 2 Americans, reportedly working for the CIA, were killed in a car crash in northern Mexico, along with 2 Mexican investigators.
We are investigating what these people were doing and which agency they belong to. Until now, the information we have is that they were working alongside. Let's just put it that way.
But Mexican officials say nobody in their government was aware of American anti-drug personnel operating on Mexican soil, raising questions about the extent of U.S. involvement in Mexico's cartel war. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum says an investigation is now underway to determine if any Mexican laws were broken during the counter-narcotics operation. Well, meanwhile, Florida is launching a criminal investigation into OpenAI over its alleged role in a shooting at Florida State University last year that killed 2 people and injured 6 others. Investigators say there is evidence the accused gunman used ChatGPT to help him carry out the shooting. The state's attorney general says prosecutors reviewed chatbot logs that discussed what type of gun to use, whether the weapon would be effective at short range, and the best time of day for the shooting.
ChatGPT advised on the location and time of day where he would encounter the most people. ChatGPT also advised on how many people he should kill if he wanted to get national news.
His office is issuing subpoenas to OpenAI, requesting information on its policies and training documents related to threats of harm and cooperation with law enforcement. As for the alleged gunman, he now faces multiple murder and attempted murder charges and remains in a Florida jail this morning. Well, firefighters battling a massive wildfire in southern Georgia. Look at your screen here. This is just some of the destruction left by the wildfire in Brantley County. Fire officials say so far at least 42 structures have been destroyed, forcing evacuations of homes and businesses and schools to close. As of this morning, the fire has burned more than 5,000 acres, a big jump from the 600 acres recorded just the day before. Straight ahead on Fox 10 Midday, if you are looking for a job fair is happening right now in Robertsdale. Our Stephen Moody will have those details for you. Plus, today is Earth Day in schools all across Baldwin County, celebrated with a walk to school day. And Nick, what a perfect morning to celebrate Earth Day.
Yeah, and as we look ahead into the afternoon, we could actually see a few rain showers. Here's your cat nap forecast. This is a great picture, by the way. A yawning cat for your cat nap forecast here. This is Kiki, submitted by Robin Ramsey. You have a chance for rain showers as we head into this afternoon. A small one, but it's there. We'll take it. We will have another look at your forecast coming up in just a bit. Reminder, submit those photos. Fox 10 weather app.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday. Are you looking for a new career? Well, a job fair is happening right now in Baldwin County. My friend Stephen Moody is live from the Baldwin County Public Schools Career Fair in Robertsdale today. And Stephen, we understand there's a big variety of jobs available, right?
Yeah, hey, that's right. Good morning. We are live here at the Robertsdale Coliseum. We're right behind me. For the last hour, several hundred job seekers have been here, with every school here represented here in Baldwin County. And if you've been looking and thinking about making that move professionally, this is the place to be. This event is bringing together representatives from every school and department in the district, all under one roof, for the 2026 Baldwin County Board of Education Career Fair. And joining me now is Mr. Eric West. First of all, just what's your involvement with all this here today?
Well, I'm an assistant superintendent over human resources, meaning that we do and process most of the hiring in Baldwin County.
And you heard me just mention every school here in the district is represented here today. Just how important it is to have all of these schools here in this building?
This is an exciting time of the year, exciting date. All the principals at every school, our central office department representatives are here. It is important to come and meet people who are eager to work in Baldwin County. So we have a lot of jobs open right now. We're a growing county, as you may know, growing fast. So it's a one-stop shop. Principals are excited to be here. Supervisors, coordinators in different departments are excited to be here and meet the people who want to work in Baldwin County.
And speaking of a one-stop shop, people came here dressed to impress and with their resumes. I was just looking at the table behind me. It says interview station. People just have to be prepared when they come here today that they may get interviewed for a job.
No doubt. They will get interviewed. All of the principals have we call them unit allocations. They know what teachers they need, what positions they need, so they may strike up a conversation and say, hey, meet me at an interview table. I want to talk to you right now.
So this is going on here until 3 o'clock today, so we definitely appreciate you taking the time to talk to us here today.
Absolutely.
Again, if you're looking for a position, there are several positions available, from teacher to custodian, bus driver. It's all under one roof here today. So you'll have until 3:30 to come out here to the Robertsdale Coliseum, and we'll have more coming up later. But for now, reporting live here this morning here in Robertsdale, Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
All right, Stephen, several great options out there. Thank you. Students, meanwhile, across Baldwin County traded in their morning car rides for something a little more active. Take a look. It was all a part of Spring Walk and Roll to School Day, happening today in celebration of Earth Day. Students, parents, and staff gathered at designated meeting spots and traveled together in a group to campus. That includes in Summerdale. And the event is designed to turn the daily commute into something healthier and more community focused, encouraging students to walk, bike, or even roll their way to campus instead of catching a ride. Organized by the Baldwin County Safe Routes to School Coalition, the initiative not only promotes physical activity, but also emphasizes safety and gives students a chance to enjoy the great outdoors.
Just seeing their smiles on their faces, it's just a blessing to have them come out with us every morning. We have a bigger crew today. I think they kind of got excited to have the news crew come out this morning with us, but it's just fun to watch them run, skip, jump, play. They don't get to have that much extra time. They are always in the classroom.
Yeah, so much fun out there, and it was a great day to do it, might I add. Other schools that participated included Fairhope West Elementary, Daphne East Elementary, Foley Elementary, Gulf Shores City Schools, Orange Beach Elementary, and finally, St. Patrick Catholic School.
Really is a great day to be outside, a fine day at the beach. However, you have to think about that moderate risk of rip currents. This is what it looks like down at Pensacola Beach right now. You can see a little waves. It's really not that bad, though. Not expecting any rain showers down there. Some comfortable temperatures, those water temperatures in the 70s. Let's talk about this afternoon in Mobile. Your afternoon forecast does feature a small chance, but a chance of scattered rain showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. Otherwise, it's a mostly cloudy forecast here with temperatures getting up into the low 80s for many locations. Then this evening, any rain showers that did pop up go away, especially by sunset here. And it's a mix of clouds and clear sky. Temperatures rolling down through the 60s. Winds today pick up out of the south as we get the sea breeze pushing in here. Wind gusts around 15 to 20 miles per hour. That fades in the evening time, as it typically does. The winds become very light to calm. Then on our Thursday morning, we'll see the sea breeze start to get going. And then by the afternoon, here we are, wind gusts out of the southeast around 20 miles per hour. Then in the evening, that starts to fade as well. You can see getting almost calm there on Thursday night. Here's your afternoon forecast. 81 degrees in Mobile, 80 in Saraland, 81 in Sims, 80 in Bay Minette. Some of these locations just north of Interstate 10 that could see that pop-up shower today. 78 in Fairhope, 77 in Gulf Shores. Again, a moderate risk of rip currents at the beaches today. Do be careful down there. Temperatures near 80 degrees or in the low 80s for our inland spots. 82 Beatrice, 80 in Chatham. In Northwest Florida, you have 78 in Niceville, 77 Destin, 76 Fort Walton Beach, 80 in Cantonment, Florida, and then 77 in Pensacola with pretty much a dry forecast there. If you are north of the line, say here in Mississippi, Georgia and Greene counties, you do have a very small chance of rain shower today. Lower chances down here at Pascagoula, that is 78 degrees, 79 in Lucedale, and 79 in Leakesville. Here are your rain chances over the next 7 days, and you can see that there are some chances on the board. Good news here. So you have a 30% chance of rain today, and also on Friday. Friday we'll see some scattered showers. Let's go ahead and look at Futurecast here. Here this afternoon, you can see a couple of rain showers possible here around that period around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. there. There's your chance of very isolated rain showers. Then as we go this over to Thursday, Thursday looks like a mostly dry day here. Nothing really on the Futurecast. That southeast wind picks up. Look at Friday. Friday, there is a slight chance of afternoon scattered pop-up showers. You see a few popping up there on the Futurecast model. Then look at Friday night. There you see a band of rain showers and thunderstorms off to our northwest. This pushes in, and on Saturday morning, we have a chance of rain showers here, and that will continue through the day on Saturday. Our rainfall totals over the next 7 days could be a little better, around a ½ an inch, which we desperately need because the southeast drought monitor is terrible. Widespread drought across the region. Looking beyond this into the early part of May, the possibility of a weather than normal pattern. Here's your 7-day forecast. You can see those small rain chances in there. Temperatures will generally be in the 80s.
Welcome back. One of the biggest questions people have as they get closer to retirement is pretty simple. How much money do you actually need each month to live comfortably? Well, the answer isn't always as straightforward as you might think. And joining us this morning to break it down is financial advisor Chris Burns. Chris, as always, thanks for stopping by today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, very important topic here.
Absolutely.
Let's start here. Is there a magic number when it comes to monthly retirement income?
If everyone had the same exact expenses, yeah, it would be a very easy number and I probably wouldn't have a job, right? But every household is different when it comes to it. But there are certainly some parameters that you can shoot for to help kind of dial into what is that magic number to you.
Yeah, so what does that look like in real numbers, possibly for the average retiree?
Well, So let's kind of work our way back. Most financial advisors, or just people in general, want you to have somewhere around 6 to 12 months of living expenses cash on hand, right? That's just kind of help weather some of the storms, kind of what we've seen with what's been going on with U.S. and Iran. But going back to that number is that when you enter into retirement, there's a couple things that you shouldn't hopefully take into retirement, right? You no longer should be saving for retirement. Most people save somewhere between 10 to 15%. The gold standard is not to take a mortgage into retirement, and that's normally somewhere around 20-25%. So if you should track those dollars out, most of the time you're wanting to take somewhere between 60 and 75% of your income into retirement.
Yeah, great to know there. When someone is planning for retirement, should they focus more on hitting a certain savings number or, again, a monthly income goal?
I think the big thing is kind of settle more on a monthly or yearly income goal, and then stress test that with your budget, right? Stress test, and then also how much of that is going to come from, say, investments, right? You're not really, you shouldn't really want to be having to pull out 5, 6, 7, 8% on a yearly basis to supplement your income, right? If it's more of the 1, 2, 3% range, 4% range, that's much more attainable long term, because in positive markets, very easy to do.
Right.
A typical market cycle, 5 to 7 years. So if you plan on being retired 20, 25 years, what is your plan of action in those negative years?
Gotcha. And speaking of, what are some of the biggest factors that can change how much someone, actually needs?
Oh, healthcare.
Yeah.
Number one. The number one thing. Every year that I've been doing this as an advisor, I see less and less long-term care policies, right? For a number of different reasons, right? But majority of people now are saying, I will self-insure my health care. That could be in-home health, nursing home care, whatever your dynamics are, right? And what we've seen statistically, that could be $200,000 to $350,000 per person. So how does that account for budgeting, when it comes to retirement planning?
Yeah, and of course, Chris, people of all ages are watching this interview right now, of all different financial backgrounds as well. What's your advice to someone watching who's wondering if they're on track?
I think the big thing is when you're about 10, 12 years out, you can now see the finish line. So now that's when people really start to get in tune with, what is my taxes going to look like into retirement? Because most people think that their tax is going to go down in retirement. Most of the time, they're absolutely wrong. It's the other way around, right? So what are my taxes going to look like in retirement? Where are my income streams going to come from? Am I taking any bad debt into retirement? Then am I taking the appropriate amount of risk or exposure to the market that I should be for my age, right? Because you've spent your entire life growing those assets. Now those assets need to start to distribute some of those dollars either in principal or income or however you've got it set up. So maybe the hierarchy of needs for your investment portfolios should change as you age.
And we've been talking about people who are preparing to retire maybe in 10, 15 years down the road. What about people like myself, my age, maybe people who are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s? What should they be doing in this conversation?
To be honest, you're already ahead of the game if you're thinking about that, right? Most people just set it to the back burner. Most 401ks now have it where you're automatically enrolled, because what they've come to find out is that if you give people the option, they're not going to do it. So helping people plan for retirement and save for retirement is actually one of my favorite things to do. The educational side of this business is hands down my favorite side, because being able to educate someone on all of their options and then allowing them to make a good educated decision, one, makes the client-advisor relationship stronger, but even if you end up not doing business with them, you know that that's one extra person that has a little bit more knowledge when it comes to what is the world going to look like to them inside retirement.
For sure, knowledge is power, like
Absolutely.
you said, and I know you want to help people that are watching right now. How can folks get in touch with you?
I think the easiest way to get in touch with any of our advisors is our website, BurnsEstatePlanning.com. It's going to give you all of the information about our advisors, our firm. Also give you a good checklist of items that you should bring to that first meeting. But even better, it'll give you a link to like our YouTube channel and things like this, so you can watch some of our television shows or interviews like this to maybe develop some questions that you want to take to that first meeting.
Well, Chris, as always, thank you for being here for a very important conversation, especially right now. Chris was mentioning those materials and resources, and we'll have a link to those on our website at fox10tv.com. Chris, thanks again.
Thank you.
Approaching 11:30 now. It is a lovely day on this Earth Day. Take a look outside. You have temperatures that are in the 70s. We'll top out around 80 degrees today. Do we have a chance at rain showers? And do we have bigger rain chances in the days ahead? We'll talk about your forecast coming up here on Fox 10 Midday.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 Midday.
Welcome back. Turning to our half-hour headlines on this Wednesday, Mayor Spiro Chirigatis is back from a trip to Savannah, Georgia. He got a first-hand look at what professional hockey could mean for Mobile again. Now, Mobile had a minor league team, the Mystics, in the late 90s and early 2000s. But Zoyer Sports is bringing ice hockey back with an expansion team in the Southern Professional Hockey League next year. Still missing from Mobile hockey is a name, but that will change pretty soon in June. Zoyer Sports will make the announcement, but the mayor has been clear. He wants the team called the Mystics, and that would be so fitting for the port city. Well, the Mobile City Council is reviewing a construction contract for a new animal shelter. The shelter would be built at the site of a former TV studio on the Interstate 65 service road. The design calls for 120 double-sided, climate-controlled kennels, an on-site clinic, and attached surgical unit and 8 play yards. City officials say it will greatly increase the capacity over the current cramped building that was built back in 1967. Meanwhile, Mayor Chirigatis says he hopes to break ground as soon as possible, and he says construction will take a little more than a year. Finally, the Mobile City Council has delayed a vote on new regulations for private ambulance companies. 2 private companies transfer patients from hospitals and healthcare facilities, but also must respond to basic life support 911 calls in exchange. The proposed ordinance adds new reporting requirements and removes a grandfather clause that lets Newman Ambulance operate under a certificate of necessity. However, Newman's opposes that change. Mobile Fire Rescue Chief Barry Glisson says private companies are responding to 98 to 99% of calls. Well, United is cutting capacity. AT&T adds even more customers, and the MAHA movement continues to grow. Fox's CJ Papa has those stories and much more in today's Fox Business Briefs.
You may be seeing fewer flights from United, the airline adjusting schedules and reducing capacity for the rest of the year, partially because of high fuel prices as a result of the Iran conflict. United is also cutting its outlook for the year. And other travel news. Booking.com is being investigated by regulators in Italy for the way it runs its premium service. They say the program known as Preferred Plus may be promoting locations that pay higher commissions rather than those that offer more to guests. AT&T continues to add more customers with a monthly phone plan and for its high-speed internet service. More customers are opting to buy a bundle of both services. Its quarter topped expectations. AT&T is making more, though it is spending more as it steps up fiber service to more locations. Finally, Steak and Shake has named its first Chief MAHA officer as it tries to help Secretary Kennedy remake the American diet. That official posting, quote, customers should never have to choose between taste and health when restaurants commit to both. They serve better food and they build lasting trust. CJ Papa, Fox News.
Now approaching 11:36. This is a look at the Fairhope here. Notice the wind picking up out of the south here and mostly cloudy sky. It looks like it's going to be a mainly dry day here in Fairhope, but there is across the entire Fox 10 viewing area. We're expecting about a 20 to 30% coverage of rain showers later today. We're going to be watching the radar as we head through the afternoon. 77 degrees right now in D'Iberville, Mississippi, 77 in Orange Beach, 74 in Mobile, and 74 here in Mobile at both observation sites here. You can see that the picture is kind of a mostly cloudy look. The beach is looking just fine. Here's a look at downtown Mobile, 74 degrees right now, an east wind at 5 miles per hour down at the beach. We've been seeing yellow flags flying. In some beaches, I have seen red, so just be aware of that. It is, of course, the specific beach that you are on The flags can be different from beach to beach and knows what those flags mean. Let's look at the forecast over the next few hours here. Partly cloudy, mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures generally in the 70s. Here's your forecast for today. The afternoon high temperature standing up to around 80 degrees today. 78 in Fairhope, 80 in Robertsdale, 79 Foley, 77 in Gulf Shores, and 78, 77 degrees in Orange Beach. Here's some of the model data updating. Castleberry at 81, 81 Wallace, 82 in Bruton. Again, low 80s here. Chatham right at 80, 81 degrees in Grove Hill. Northwest Florida, if you're north of Interstate 10, you'll be generally in the low 80s here. This is 79, a few 79s in Century, J, Molino, and in Walnut Hill. 78 for Fort Walton Beach, 76 in Destin. And then in Mississippi County, 79, 77, your temperatures there. So a comfortable afternoon, just a bit warm. Beach forecast does show a high risk of rip currents tomorrow, so please pay attention if you are down at the beach. Tomorrow looks like a dry, mostly sunny day. Just really be careful with that surf around 3 to 4 feet. We go back to a medium risk of rip currents on Friday, and looking at the weekend, and isn't that bad. UV index is very high, so you need that extra sunscreen protection. Of course, take the steps to keep your skin safe. Talking about rain chances, we do have some. There's your 30s for Wednesday and Friday. Look at Saturday, though. Saturday, a decent chance at rain showers. Actually, Friday night into Saturday. We'll take a look at what it would modeling here first. Here's your 30% chance on Wednesday. It's not very much. Look at this map here. Of course, this is the map across the entire area, and you can see the specks of green, how small they are compared to the size of the map. That shows you that the rain showers will really be few and far between today. Now on Thursday, I think we start dry, and I think Thursday is a dry day as we go through the forecast. Hopping over to Friday, we could see some afternoon rain showers. You see that little blow up of green there, but look at Friday night into Saturday. You see this little batch of red there, some thunderstorms and a decaying line move into our area by Saturday morning. Saturday morning, we will be tracking some light rain in the area. Then as we head into Saturday afternoon, we will continue with some kind of rain chance. So mark your calendars for Saturday rain. Looking ahead all the way up to May, looks like a wetter than normal pattern may be possible for our area.
All right, good to know, Nick. Thank you. Do you want even more from Fox 10? Simply download the free Gulfstream app. There you can get in-depth weather forecasts, watch Fox 10 News live, and access all of your favorite Fox 10 content, including our newest segment of Unwritten Legends, In-Depth with Sarah Wall, and truly so much more. The Gulfstream app is free and available on your smart TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more, and we strongly encourage you to download it today. Well, listen up, Earthlings. It's time to show some love to the planet we call home, as today is Earth Day. While it's not a federal holiday, Earth Day is often referred to as the start of the modern-day environmental movement. The first celebration was held on April 22nd, 1970, and it was founded by former Democratic Wisconsin Senator Gaylord Nelson. Like a growing number of Americans, Nelson was concerned about the effects of greenhouse gas emissions and other pollutants that we're having on the planet. And this year's official theme is Our Power, Our Planet. Folks are encouraged to think about their impacts on the world around them, with many volunteer groups getting ready to help clean up trash, recycle, plant trees, and so much more, which would be a great way to mark Earth Day today. And another great place to celebrate Earth Day is at the new AWF Delta and Bay Conservation Center at 5 Rivers. The Alabama Wildlife Federation bought the property with a goal of expanding its footprint in the southern part of the state.
Our goal is to reach youth and adults with the conservation education message. What I think the difference that they'll see is the improvements that we've been able to make, the staff that we've been able to assemble, and the longevity that we can bring to providing all of those programs and projects.
Admission into the facility will be free for the next few weeks if you want to bring your family out there. And after that, the entry fee will be $5 per person with a $20 maximum per family. In today's We the People segment, a group of middle schoolers in Mobile is taking history out of the classroom and into the community. Students at UMS Wright are launching a one-of-a-kind Civil War audio tour designed to bring the city's past to life. This is a collaboration between UMS Wright Preparatory School and the city of Mobile, giving students a chance to become historians and storytellers. Now, the idea started in the classroom, but quickly grew into a city-wide partnership focused on hands-on learning.
I didn't really know how much our city has done. I didn't know how many important people have lived here.
The student-led audio tour is now available to the public at participating locations across Mobile, inviting both residents and visitors to explore the city's Civil War history in a brand new way. What a neat tour there. It is 11:42 on your Wednesday. Thanks for staying with us on Fox 10 Midday. Coming up, an electronic and portable coaster is designed to help teach you how to make more than 1,000 cocktails and mocktails. A great story ahead of spring and summer. We're putting it to the test in this week's Does It Work when we return. It looks like something you'd use to charge your phone, but the makers claim this electronic and portable coaster helps teach you how to make more than 1,000 cocktails and mocktails. Rachel Hackbarth tests out the Barzies Smart Coaster in this week's Does It Work?
The makers of this week's Does It Work item claim that you'll be able to make more than 1,000 cocktail and mocktail recipes using their product, the Barzies Smart Coaster 2.0. It costs $49.99. Bartender Gwen Robles is an expert at mixing up drinks. She's going to see if this smart cocktail creating coaster could really help make someone with no experience appear to be a pro. To get started, we have to download the company's free app, but Gwen quickly finds the instructions are fairly vague when it comes to which Barzies app to download. We find two in the App Store, both with the same name. The pink one will not load its data.
I mean, I can cancel and retry.
Still just waiting?
Yes. Gosh.
But this black version of the app does open, so that's what we're going with. The app asks that you enter in your preferences so it can recommend some recipes.
Let's do sweet, salty. So now we're back to our home screen.
We couldn't get the app's recommendation feature to cooperate during our test, so we just pick a basic margarita. The coaster lights up different colors to let you know when to stop pouring. The app tells you what you need to pour.
Place our glass. It is actually prompting us to finally pour our ingredients. We are going to start with our tequila.
Oh, now it's turning.
Let's pour more and see if it changes.
Okay, now it's green.
It does apparently go off of weight.
Making our drink is going smoothly until we reach the last ingredient.
Nothing's changing.
That would be a lot of simple syrup.
That's a lot of simple syrup. So that would be a very sweet drink.
And it won't change. Oh, pouring complete. So after all that, what does this bartender think about the Barzies Smart Coaster?
It tastes like a margarita. If you can get past the headache of the app starting up, the measurements seem fairly correct. Okay. It's just getting that app. It's fun. It'd be a great party trick.
For Does It Work, I'm Rachel Hackbarth.
Now, the test took about an hour to conduct, and the first app did not load during that time. They did reach out to the makers about some of the issues that they ran into the app. And they said in part for the Barzies Smart Coaster, users need to be using the black Barzies application only. For Drink Recs, the suggestions feature is available through the My Bar section. And from there, users can browse directly rather than relying on the preference-based recommendation flow. Nick, is this something that you would use?
Just measure.
Just measure. I feel like I would use this because I'm bad at mixing drinks, if I'm totally honest.
Just measure.
I know, but like it's
and
not.
Also, it's
nice
drinks.
to
It doesn't
have.
have to be so exact.
That's true. It'd be nice to have. I like it. I'm a fan for sure. It's the candy that fits any holiday, so of course it has its own official one.
Today is National Jelly Bean Day, one of my favorite candies.
Oh, okay. While we do not know when the sweets were first created, the National Day calendar states a Boston candy maker made them popular during the Civil War.
The small egg-shaped candies have been closely associated with Easter since about the 1930s.
And they come in endless flavors, and you can find them in stores for most holidays, including Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. I'm pretty indifferent to jelly beans. I don't love them, don't hate them. They're okay.
I could have a jar on my desk all the time.
I believe it. What flavor?
I like all of them.
Really?
Yes.
Have you always
I
enjoyed
like
them?
tropical ones, especially anyone that's lighter, more fruity. Sometimes the chocolatey ones are a little bit.
Have you ever had buttered popcorn?
Yes, I have.
Delish. I will say that one's really good. That's my mom's favorite, and we grew up eating that flavor. So good. I love it. And there's a jelly bean store where you can go in and get as many to your heart's delight, which is fun. We have a cute alert for you right now.
The Smithsonian's National Zoo is marking Earth Day by letting the world see its baby elephant.
Visitors can now observe Linmai on site.
For everyone else, the zoo is streaming it on its elephant cam.
Linmai is a critically endangered Asian elephant.
The zoo says her mother rejected her, but another elephant stepped in to help.
The keepers call the older animal Auntie Swarna. How sweet is that? Look at her. She's so cute.
It's such a tiny little elephant.
I cannot. She's having the time of her life there, and also kind of a sweet day to celebrate Earth Day as well.
Yes.
If you're able to see Linmai for the first time, we talked about her birth last week on the show as well.
This. Yes. Very cute there. I wonder where the live stream is. I might want to check that out.
Oh, that would be fun to watch.
Yes.
That'd be fun to check. Watch her grow up for sure. Your time, 11:50 now. Thanks for staying with us. Nick, we're looking outside where?
Dauphin Island Sea Lab. This is looking off to the east. You can see the wind blowing out there. Quite a bit of cloud covered, found filtered sunshine right now. We'll have a final look at the forecast coming up in just a minute.
Welcome back. Police say an alleged scammer was caught buying Lego sets and replacing the popular products with, wait for it, dried pasta. Jeremy Roth has this wild story in today's Take a Look at This.
Police in California say they busted an alleged Lego scam where a suspect was buying sets and returning them filled with dried pasta. In a post, Irvine police say the California man allegedly bought sets from Target stores at least 70 times, removed pieces and figurines from the boxes, and in some cases replaced them with dried pasta before returning the purchases to the stores. The alleged scheme broke down when officers set up surveillance and arrested the suspect, who they reported was later booked on grand theft charges. The department said Target reported losses of some $34,000 related to the scheme and added, "That's a lot of missing pieces." Their pithy post also noted, if your master plan involves swapping Legos for linguine, we can promise it will be cooked al dente. Another alleged crime caught on cam, a bear cam in this case. Video captured from a collar-mounted camera on a Connecticut bear shows the burly burglar sniffing, then snatching a bag of Doritos from a resident's back porch. Hey man, that's nacho chip bag. Okay. WPBF reports the state's Department of Energy and Environmental Protection has been outfitting area bears with the cameras to gain more insight into their intrusive behaviors, and say bear-human interactions topped some 12,000 cases in 2025 alone. So if you think collar cams like these are a cheesy idea, you'd be wrong. In this case, it appeared to be of the Cool Ranch variety. Finally, it wasn't a collar cam, but a dash cam that captured a canine cop's bumbling encounter with a traffic cone, which ended up on the dog's noggin, causing him to run into a pole. The San Mateo County Sheriff's Office says following his goofy traffic cone tomfoolery, Adonis is okay, minus maybe a little embarrassment. That's what I'd call a cone of shame. I do not like the cone of shame. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
That was like Nick a second ago, and he ran into the wall back here.
Oh, yeah, I did run into the wall earlier. Anyways, that was not the actual sound that dog made, but that was funny. All right, let's talk about the forecast real quick. We had a couple things to go through. I want to go through Futurecast, show you this afternoon, barely anything. But there are a couple green blips there north of Interstate 10, so we're going to watch for that. Thursday looks like a dry day, so I'm not expecting any real rain showers there. You can southerly wind picks up in the afternoon. It's going to be warm. Friday morning looks nice and quiet. We'll switch models here, go to the graph model. Friday afternoon, we could see a rain shower or two. You see those specks of green popping up. That'll be in the afternoon. And then look at Friday night into Saturday morning. Showers and thunderstorms moving here, and Saturday will be a day where we have a chance for rain showers. Here you see it around 50%. So morning showers, then a continuation into the afternoon. So if you have Saturday afternoon plans, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, make a note there. We want to thank you for joining us for Fox 10 Midday. We'll see you on Fox 10 Live at 3 on our TikTok account as well. So we look forward to that. We'll see you then.